I'm Shelley, standing here at the trade exhibition, watching the chaos unfurl. I'm reminded of how far I've come. The air is thick with tension, and the room is filled with the hum of anticipation. I can see Daniel and Alyssa lurking in the shadows, their eyes fixed on me, waiting for me to make a mistake. But I'm not afraid. I've faced worse. It all started years ago, when I was a janitor at Sterling Commerce Group. I was just trying to make ends meet, taking care of my daughter, Lily. She was 9 years old then, a bright and curious girl with a passion for numbers. I had once been on track to become an economist, but life had other plans. A pregnancy at a young age derailed my dreams, and I found myself working long hours to support us. My days were a blur of cleaning offices, coming home to cook dinner, and helping Lily with her homework. I had learned to make myself invisible, blending into the background of the corporate world. But one night, everything changed. I was cleaning the executive offices, as I did every night, when I heard a soft sound behind me. I turned to see Lily standing there, her eyes wide with curiosity. She had followed me into the office, drawn by the open folder on the desk. Before I could stop her, she had stepped closer and started reading the numbers on the page. Just then, the door opened, and Mr. Harrison, the CEO of Sterling Commerce Group, walked in. He was a tall, imposing man with a sharp intellect and a reputation for being tough. His eyes narrowed as he took in the scene before him. "What is going on here?" he demanded. My heart sank. I knew I was in trouble. I stammered out an apology, but Lily spoke up before I could say more. "Did you do this on purpose?" she asked, pointing to the numbers on the page. "It doesn't make sense." Mr. Harrison's expression softened slightly. He leaned over the folder and studied the numbers. For a long moment he was silent. Then he looked up at Lily. "How old are you?" he asked. 9, she replied. He nodded, his eyes thoughtful. "You're right," he said. "This is a bad deal. A very bad deal." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had expected to be fired, but instead, Mr. Harrison offered me a temporary position as a junior documentation assistant. It was a chance to prove myself, to show that I was more than just a janitor. The next few months were a whirlwind. I worked long hours, poring over contracts and documents, trying to learn as much as I could. It wasn't easy. I faced a lot of skepticism from my colleagues, especially from a woman named Vera, who worked in marketing. She was always making snide comments about my promotion, but I refused to let her get to me. Then one day, I noticed something strange in the procurement contracts. There were small discrepancies, patterns that didn't seem right. I started digging deeper, and what I found shocked me. It seemed that there was a corruption scheme within the company, orchestrated by Mr. Thompson, the vice president of procurement. I gathered as much evidence as I could and presented it to Mr. Harrison. He was furious. He launched an internal investigation, and soon Mr. Thompson was suspended. But the battle was far from over. Daniel, Lily's father, had always been a selfish and irresponsible man. When he heard about my new job, he became jealous and resentful. He started spreading rumors about me at work, trying to undermine my credibility. And Vera, sensing an opportunity, joined forces with him. They filed a petition for custody of Lily, claiming that I was unfit to be a mother because of my long working hours. I was devastated. I knew that they were just trying to hurt me, but I was afraid that they might succeed. I worked even harder, determined to prove myself. I spent long nights at the office, poring over contracts and documents, looking for any evidence that could help me win the custody battle. And then, something unexpected happened. I discovered a hidden journal in the attic of Mr. Harrison's mother's house. It belonged to his mother, Mrs. Harrison, and it revealed a family secret. It seemed that Mr. Harrison had a younger brother, Alex, who had been estranged from the family for many years. I showed the journal to Mr. Harrison, and he was shocked. He had always suspected that Alex was alive, but he had never been able to find him. With the help of the journal, we were able to track him down. Alex agreed to come forward and testify against Mr. Thompson. His testimony was crucial in the investigation, and it helped to expose the corruption scheme. Mr. Thompson was arrested, and the company was able to move forward. The trade exhibition was the final showdown. Daniel and Vera were determined to sabotage it, to make me look bad in front of everyone. But I was ready. I had been preparing for this moment for months. I coordinated the logistics, making sure that everything ran smoothly. I monitored the security, watching for any signs of trouble. And when Daniel and Vera tried to disrupt the main presentation, I was ready. I used my skills and my knowledge to neutralize the threat. I redirected the delivery requests, cut off access to the restricted documents, and stopped Daniel from entering the control corridor. It was a close call, but we managed to pull it off. In the end, justice prevailed. Daniel's custody petition was dismissed, and Lily remained with me. Mr. Harrison established a permanent internal audit department, and he asked me to lead it. It was a dream come true. Looking back, I realized that it was all worth it. The challenges I faced, the obstacles I overcame, they all made me stronger. I learned that strength doesn't come from shouting and making a scene. It comes from quiet courage, from the ability to persevere in the face of adversity. Now, as I stand here, watching the exhibition come to a close, I feel a sense of pride. I've come a long way from that janitor who was trying to make ends meet. I've built a new life for myself and for Lily, and I'm ready for whatever the future holds.